Welcome back to Game 2 of our doubleheader today between the Vanguard Lions and the Sea Lions of Point Loma Nazarene University. Here on the Back West Network, J.J. Johnson riding solo for this one. Xander Zubiotti had to depart as we get set to tackle this 7-inning contest after Vanguard dropped Game 1 by a score of 11-4, extending their losing streak to 11. First pitch swinging for the leadoff man, Owen May, as we get underway here in Costa Mesa. The order for Point Loma will be May, Moore, Burneth, Arriaga, Cook, and Rodriguez. It's the same exact top 6. Then it will be Stoll serving as the designated hitter. He'll be followed by Jake Schwartz, and then Jack Ryan will finish out the order. Ryan did a good job. Had some really loud contact in the 9-hole in Game 1 as well. 1-2 now after a couple of foul balls for Seth Wrightstone, the southpaw. One of the JUCO guys that Coach Pegg brought over. Pulled on the ground to James Derflinger, his first action of Game 2. Fires over. He was part of a combination between him and Helene that turned 2 double plays. Had a chance at 3, but then it was a bobble on the transfer, so they went 6-4. The 2 double plays that Vanguard did turn was 4-6-3, but on the 6-4 combination, Helene lost it on the transfer. Cut down the runner at second, but unable to get the runner out at first. Made the man on the hill work a little bit longer than he had to. Caden Byers, the man who was tabbed with the losses, drops to 0-2. Meanwhile, for Point Loma, their starters just continue to be filthy. You look at their 3 best pitchers. They are combined now 12-0. Big 12-6 there finds the zone, 2-1. But the fact that they're 3, I mean, really they have 3 aces. They're a combined 12-0. It's been remarkable. They've gone the distance 2 times, including Von Necker's near no-no against Chaminade. Pulled high, chopper over to Nate Helene. He backs up to the outfield grass, but stands tall and fires over to the tall first baseman, Colton Perez. He's getting the nod. We'll get to that in just a moment. Let's take you through the rest of the Vanguard defense. We thought it was going to be Dash Lopez catching this 7-inning contest after getting yanked early. But it turns out Coach Pegg was just saying, no, you're going to be catching the 7-inning contest, so let's give you an inning or 2 off. Did exactly that. So AP's catching this 7-inning contest, at least it's started. Gas down the heart for Seth Wrightstone. Colt Perez, you just saw, he had it at first. Nate Helene is going to be at second. Durf still making up the middle as the 6th spot defensively, as that will be worn right on that belt buckle on the tailbone, as it'll be a small scamper for Burneth over to first, as Vanguard for the 2nd consecutive game has 2 quick outs to start but cannot have a clean 3 up 3 down, as my partner Zuby would certainly groan at that. I'll bring up Arriaga, but B-Pay he was the one who finished out the game replacing Tristan Gallegos. He slid over from 3rd to 1st. He resumes action over at the hot corner for Vanguard. He looked good there. The outfield remains the same from Game 1 for Vanguard. Shiggy, Davis, and Sir make up left to right in the open pasture. Wrightstone, big 12-6 there, finds the zone, 0-1. The bunting, in case you missed it, was the story, as Point Loma scored 7 runs. They've got him in the pickle now. Seth Wrightstone has been phenomenal at this all season long. They get the man to fall down. Wrightstone, one of the best in the business this conference has seen at picking men off. We will go to the bottom of the 1st. Maybe some swag surfing is what Vanguard needs to get their offense going here on the Back West Network. Shiggy gets the nod to lead off once again as the first pitch comes in to the zone for the Point Loma righty, Devin Norton, the graduate man, all the way from Ohio. Sir's up right now. Colt Perez will be back in the cleanup spot for Vanguard, this time as the first baseman. AP will be in the 5-hole. Check swing there for Sir, but it doesn't matter. It's in the zone. Riv at 6. James Derflinger, Nate Helene, and Brian Paymard make up 7 through 9 for Vanguard. Brian Paymard was terrific in Game 1. Started off 3 for 3 with a homer before finishing 3 for 4. Pulled. Rodriguez backs up on it, and now he has a far throw across the diamond. 1 hopper, not in time. Joshua Sir, we're used to seeing his strength, but that time he shows that he is no lemon. Gets on over to first base with some good speed on just 69 pitches. We got a 2-2 here. Arriaga pumps it. No, he couldn't hold up. Was able to reach thanks to his 3 walks. Paymard charges in on the grounder. He fires over to the 6'5" Colton Perez, as it's quickly 2 away for the 2nd consecutive inning for a Vanguard defense that really needs it, considering they had 4 errors in game 1. Yes, they had as many errors as they did runs. Not a recipe for success by any stretch of the imagination, especially when you're facing off against the number 15 team in the country. Right stone induces a fly ball to left center. Davis and Shiggy work together, and it'll be Davis to catch it in the shade in that left center gap. Right stone lets one man get on off the hits, but nothing doing. Now we get to see for the first time today Daniel Rivera, a big utility man for Vanguard. Obviously short in stature, but what he lacks in stature he makes up for in firepower. Has a very good bat to his name. Also can work on the hill for VU. It's kind of been an up and down year for him in that regard. His first outing against St. Martin's was one to forget, where he had the 1 inning, 1 hit, gave up 3 earned, had a couple of strikeouts though. Then after that, it was 2 2/3, 3 hits, and no runs, and that started the first of 3 consecutive games as Riv has that big sidestep to him. This might find the Bermuda Triangle. It does not. And this is going to be caught by Moore out in shallow left field. Colton Perez itching for an opportunity here to clean up if he does get it. Sir, high chopper, will it find Green? It does leave the infield. Vanguard has their first lead against Point Loma thanks to the RBI single by Big Sir. Perez pulls this one. It eats up Schwartz. It gets away from him momentarily. It's still going to be a foot race as Perez has to dive into the bag to reach on the infield single. Vanguard, you can hear the engine starting to purr, but will the engine turn over? We'll see. Justin James is trying to make the engine stall out, though. He'll come out and have a conversation with Devin Norton and the rest of his infield, because there is still just the 1 ground ball away from getting out of this inning. It's 2 outs, but bases are chucked right now, and the big APs coming to the dish. By the way, this is Vanguard's first lead against Point Loma since February 22nd of last year, when Vanguard won in extras in the final game of the series. It was 4 runs that did it down in San Diego, as Coach Peck picked up his 400th career win that day. Right stone glances off of his glove. He's going to fire over to first. Perez does a good job going to the underhanded corral. Right stone looked like he was thinking about turning 2 right away as he slams his glove in frustration, but at least he does salvage the play by getting 1 out and puts him just 1 out away, as Coach Green wants to have a conversation.
Third baseman number 16, Josiah.
Pretty enthusiastic to have this conversation at that, with a prance out there. Pretty big gash to the right side if Rodriguez wants to push here. Another pitch out. Lean backs off the runner at second, pulled over to Paymard, and it will find its way through the left side. Neither him nor Durf could get it, as Arriaga did not move up, as the third base coach is having a very strong word for him. As this is the second miscue today we've seen offensively for Point Loma. Remember, they have that small traffic jam to end game, or not to end the game, but it was late in game 1 earlier. But to be fair to Arriaga, it looked like Paymard had it from my vantage point at least. Decided to play it safe rather than get caught, because Paymard was in his line. As Zuby and I talked about in game 1, not a lot of arms available for Vanguard. They had the weird schedule with the midweek game against Azusa. Obviously used a lot of arms against Westmont as well, but they used 9 arms against Azusa alone, so you really don't have anywhere to go. They used a bunch of arms yesterday or 2 days ago against Point Loma as well. So you think maybe Dylan Henson is available on 4 days rest. Obviously a little bit longer breather after this one for VU, as they will not have to play again until Monday at Hawaii Hilo. Out of nowhere, Right Stone is wrong. 3-1. Point Loma's dugout is letting him hear it right now. Vanguard trying to drown it out with some words of re-encouragement. It's 3-1, nowhere to hide, as Schwartz knew it. Now we load full. This place can erupt either side. Biggest moment of the weekend so far. You've got a 3-2, as the umpire will reload on balls in his pockets. But man, 3-2, 2 outs. Vanguard is up by 1. Can they hold on to this lead? Runners in motion. Inside, Right Stone holds his head in disbelief. Thought it was on the inner half, but it's a tied game, 1-1. Thought it was a crooked K, but instead Wrightstone will have to stick his nose in anymore. And this is a part of the ball game that my partner Zuby, I know him so well, he would say you cannot worry about it. Limit the damage where it is at. Do not let anything get in your head. Fickle momentum offers itself up for grabs once again, up the middle, and it is firmly in the grasp of the Sea Lions. One run comes across. There's a bobble out there in center field. Jackson Davis is too late to corral it. It is a bases clearing double for the Sea Lions out of nowhere. 4-1, just like that. Another crooked number that Vanguard has given up. They will tab an error on as well, though, to Jackson Davis for Jake Schwartz's score. So it's only 2 RBI for Ryan. As you saw Jackson Davis struggle a little bit there. This is a man who last year did not commit a single error, but already has 2. It's a line up to second base to finally end the inning. But Point Loma does what they do. They score in bunches and take advantage of any sliver that they give you. 4-1. Going to the bottom of the 4th. I will be back momentarily after the trophy presentation inside the Freed Center.